He's angry about mortgages. It's Angry Mortgage. He's swearing. He's cursing loud. He's old. He's opinionated. And he's been doing this so damn long. This program is about mortgages, and this is mortgage advice, but the advice may not apply to your situation. Contact licensed mortgage professionals for specific recommendations before you make decisions about mortgages. You may not agree with Ron, but if you don't, he thinks you're wrong. Oh, and did we say there is a lot of swearing?
You know, but the city ended up, I think, getting all of these additional reports to protect them against liability.
It's a lot about a liability, right? Liability is what
so.
everybody thinks about
I think
today.
So.
Okay. So you're right. That's even worse than I thought, because we're back to the new biggest growth industry in Canada for the last 15 years, consultants. So that at every level of government, we're just inundated with consultants. So you're saying these studies that you did before you even got near the permit department, for the planning department, the application department, that they're going to send it to somebody else. They're not even going to do it themselves because they don't have the manpower or the interest or their
expertise anymore,
or whatever. Or somebody has decided that it's better to show it to others, consultants, expensive consultants, I'm guessing, who are going to
paid by
you, who's trying to develop the property, and they're going to come back with a bunch of sometimes fine, sometimes nonsense, which you're then going to dispute with your engineers, and then they're going to send it back to them, and there's going to be some more rigmarole in between, right?
Back and forth.
All the time delaying the whole process. Because
Oh, yeah.
you haven't even got to asking for a permit yet, right?
Right. No, you can't until that planning process is complete. And just to be specific, when all the reports are done and the planning department is satisfied that they've all been submitted and reviewed, blah, 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 they issue what's called a notice of complete application. And that is the one document that you begin to breathe a sigh of relief, because the province has said when that notice is issued, the council has got 90 days to pass a bylaw or they can appeal to the province.
So what is that, about 18 months or 2 years just to get to that point?
Yeah, some are longer than that.
Some are longer.
Yeah, you hear of 3 and 4 years for some projects where the local ratepayers, I'll call them, come out and the activist groups come out and say, no way, this should be built here. Too many shadows, blah, blah, blah.
Shadows, yeah, the famous shadow stuff, yeah. Too much noise, too many shadows. Okay, so yeah, it's ridiculous. So what I'm hoping the listeners and viewers will understand is, when you've got to do all that work before you even get to the point of trying to get a permit, all this time, all these studies, that's big money. So somebody's got to come up with that money. And eventually it all has to funnel into the final price.
Exactly.
That's just the way math works. That's just the way it goes. Okay, so now let's take a trip back in time for a second, okay? Because neither one of us are spring chickens. So we remember a point in the world where building stuff was actually relatively fast and efficient, okay? So let's cast our mind back to 1980, 45 years ago. And you wanted to convert a gas station to a mixed-use building. Tell us about that.
Okay, that was our first development project when I formed my development company in 1980. I had 17 years experience by that time, so I felt it was time. So remember the Chargex that was the forerunner of Visa?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah. I took $5,000 out of my Chargex card and put the deposit on this gas station. It was at 1246 Yonge Street, just south of St. Clair. And we did up a design, submitted it to the city. It needed rezoning. And it took 4 months and 4 reports to actually get the building permit. So in that 4 months, it was rezoned and the building permit was issued. And we built it in 10 months.
Okay. Everybody's got to focus on this now. Everybody who's listening and viewing this show has got to focus on this. Because 45 years ago wasn't the Bronze Age, Okay, like we're in medieval times. All right, it was just 45 years ago. I realize for people who are 30, it seems, wow, that seems like a lot, but really it's not. And it took from putting a deposit down from your Visa card to leasing out and doing this whole process. You leased out the building
during construction
to a finished product for people moving in. The businesses and the condo people, the people who were going to live in the upper stories moved in.
Right.
That was like 14, 15 months.
Right.
Okay, everybody, that's insane compared with today. Like today, and here's the pip, in my opinion. The building's still there, right, Ian?
Yeah, go on Google, 1246 Yonge Street.
The businesses are happy. The condo owners are happy. By the way, those are nice big suites. I think they're about 1,200 square feet, right?
Yeah.
So everybody is happy. The building works. It hasn't fallen down. Hasn't even shown a sign of falling down. 4 reports, 4 months to approve, 10 months to build, and it's still there. Now, remember, Ian just described to us 2 to 4 years and 20 plus reports, including phosphorus, which is very important, obviously. No, it's not. But it took all that just to get to the point you could apply for a permit.
If you like the pod, well, don't just sit there. Go to YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and all the other ones and like the pod. And don't forget to subscribe so we can keep being angry at mortgages and swearing about mortgages. Angry Mortgage could use your support.